Which, it's sort of body and mind, right, in this one? Sort of body and mind, then sort of feast of
Yes.
famine,
Hmm.
then sort of war and peace.
I thought, well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly how it goes.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Bomai is invincible.
Oh
You
God.
connect with that once and you it's like it is one of the most ruinous cards of a limited format that I've ever seen.
They
Like
they they
the best part, you connect with it and you don't even need to. It gives you a blocker and then you attach the sword to it.
yep.
It's like, oh my god.
They showed off those like masterpieces that they're going to be using for in Kaladesh. They're going to be doing their core haven thing again,
Yeah.
and they didn't show sort of body and mind. They have feast and famine, fire and ice, and light and shadow. So like you aren't going to get mega ruined in that way.
Yeah, that's still the
You're
kind
still
of
gonna
decision that makes me want to go nowhere near Kaladesh as a limited
yeah.
format.
So one thing interested in. They said that they were debating how they wanted to implement this online. So I'm wondering if like online will actually be implemented differently. Like will they still exist in packs of Kaladesh on Magic Online? I don't know if they're
Maybe
gonna,
they'll exist in packs that you just buy to buy them, but they
yeah.
will not exist in packs that you open as boosters for a booster draft. Because what that does to limited formats.
Oh God, it's we can't stress enough how absolutely absurd this stupid core haven happenstance was, where it's just like, by the way, you lose your game of limited to this land that's unanswerable. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for the next one to fire here so that people can get on in. Oh, yeah, Kaz is here. I'm here.
Hello.
We're doing scars. I guess I should have
Flashback scars. Flashback scars.
flashback. Should have mentioned that
I
before.
still remember the scars. But yeah, okay. So if we open Koth, I want to do a Mono Mountains deck. I don't even care about how poor the quality of other cards are.
Okay.
I'm dead serious. I want like Koth and Mono Mountains, and you can pick up junk like Thresh Herder or whatever. The thing that's like a 7 mana crawl worm.
It's not
And
good.
it won't matter because Koth will generate you unlimited mana. So that guy effectively costs 4. You would play a 4 mana 6/4. You would do it.
I don't think I've ever played it. Like, what was the last time I got to actually play a form? Like, does that body exist?
I want to say it. I want to say it does.
I mean, I know 5/4s. I can name multiple
Right.
5/4s, but
Yeah,
like
nah, they're like they're weak in the D's for their 4 mana 5/4s, but
6/4s. Like,
4 mana 6/4.
and I can think of 5 mana 6/4s are even better than.
I'm gonna look this up. I'll look it up. We'll
Okay.
see if they have ever printed a like by the stats.
I can think
CMC
of
4,
I can think of a 4 mana 6/6. That's a Wumpus.
power 6, toughness 4.
No ball lightning.
Oh
I
my
can think
god.
of.
There's one.
Okay. Let me.
There is exactly one
Okay,
in
well-
all of Magic.
Well, let me think on this. A 4 mana 6/4. What would a 4 mana 6/4 look like? I'm assuming from my inability to remember it, it's not some sort of high tournament level played.
Nope.
Okay, that's a good reaction.
It's also not in your history.
Ooh.
Like it was not printed since you have been playing Magic.
Okay, so if we go back to say, man, does it have the word Efreet on it? No, that would be a 6/3.
It would be a 6/3.
That would be a 6/3. I know that card.
That's a 3 mana 6/3.
I was gonna say that's a 3
He's
mana.
pretty
That's a lot. That's a lot.
They figured they could push him because he dies to lightning bolt.
No, 5 mana 6/4s. There's a lot of like Street Breaker Worm from Ravnica is probably a very good one for that.
5 mana 6/4 from Kamigawa would have been one of the trees.
Kodama.
Kodama of the South
North
tree?
North tree.
North tree, okay.
Definitely.
It also had Shroud. That thing was
Yeah.
That was kind of absurd. Yes.
You want to start with
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, okay. This pack is really powerful because both Clone Shell and Glimmerpoint Stag are powerful cards.
Yes.
They don't look like much of anything, but they are.
We also have a couple other cards that are known power. Grasp of Darkness. We have cards that are completely acceptable and turn to Slag. We have this is Bear with upside. But Argent Sphinx. So we talked about Metalcraft on colored permanents being a bit hard to use and not very great. But the trick here is the Metalcraft on this card is almost irrelevant to the fact that it's a 4 power flyer for 4.
Right.
Like
so.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you happen to have Metalcraft, it's invincible.
Yeah, it can't die if you have Metalcraft. So that's nice. So let's go ahead and pick that up. Blue's a nice spot to be in here anyway. Ooh, Scrap Melter.
So yeah, what we want to see for... Oh my god, Putrefacts.
Putrefacts.
Yo, did you get my Putrefacts? I sent it in the 1990s.
It's still coming in. Is that like the fax machine in the swamp?
Oh man, there's... If you want to stay blue, there's Palladium Mirror.
There is. That's a choice as well. I'm
fine with the Scrap Melter. I think it's great.
I kind of like it cutting off a color here too. We're missing an uncommon.
Yeah, that almost doesn't matter because of how many artifacts there are.
I'm aware.
So like the red deck is still the artifact deck. Everyone's the artifact deck.
Almost more importantly, card's pretty splashable.
Oh yeah,
and powerful too. Like we talked about before, we were talking about how this has, you said 39.
There are 39 artifact creatures in Scars of Mirrodin. There are 37 creatures with 1 toughness.
Dispense Justice. Wow, there's also like Grasp of Darkness still hanging out here. Turn to here.
That's breaking my heart a little bit. Grasp of Darkness.
Yeah, Grasp.
I want to say that's late for that.
Yeah. White's pretty good in this, obviously, because Dispense Justice is real.
Yeah. If you wanted to stay red for sure, there's still Turn to Slag. Razor Field Thresher. That's
the one. That's the one.
Sort of vaguely talking about, and I'll leave it up to the audience to try and figure out why I was so hot for Razor Field Thresher earlier.
You may or may not see it. God, what do I want to pick here? Like, there's a lot of different... Is it worth grabbing Grasp?
Go ahead and pick up the Grasp. Turn to Slag can come later, and that's the card that I want.
Yeah. I'm going to grab that, and... Ooh, okay. Here's a card I can be happy with. This is a looter on a...
Riddlesmith is good. Liquid Metal Coating is good because it allows us to kill anything with Oxida Scrap Melter.
Oh, hey, it's not...
Same thing with Shatter. Shatter is perfectly pickable here.
Shatter might... Okay, I could like focus that way. Oh, man, if I could table the Liquid Metal. Is that possible in this pack?
I don't think either of these cards actually table because Painful Quandary is not pickable. Nim, Ichorclaw, Mirror Tel'Jallad, Fallen, Origin Spellbomb, Strider Harness, all gone. Riddlesmith gone. Maybe, actually.
It's possible.
You can maybe table the coding.
It's definitely possible here. Shatter ain't so bad in this format. There's a lot for it to hit.
I know, it feels bad. Everything you pick that's good in this format looks terrible. I get it. I get it, guys.
Invisimancer is here.
Like, Snap Sail Glider looks awful, but it's actually great because it's easy to cast Windrake.
Yep. I'm kind of sitting between the blue things in here, like the Nurok Replica, which is a good
Replica holds off a lot of Pikers, which this format has plenty of. There's like the whole cycle of Pikers who are all like reasonable and good. There are a lot of infect creatures that can't get past him. Well, they can like sacrifice an infect creature to get past him more than once, but
yeah. Invisimancer is interesting, but maybe not great. I want to pick up a couple artifacts to start picking those up. And maybe the Grasp is just a pick I made that doesn't go anywhere, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with hedging a little bit that way. I guess here, do I want the replica or the snap set? I'm going to go with the replica. I like onboard trick a little more. The
rust tick.
tick.
Perfectly fine.
You have to... The rust tick. It's...
one of the more rustic picks available.
Yeah.
Scrap Diver Serpent is also unblockable.
Yeah, this is always unblockable.
That's a big old finisher. Snapsail Glider is still good. I think I would rather have the tick than that.
Yeah, same here.
Because tick is unreplaceable. Golem Foundry is a trap. Do not ever pick this card. You do not have enough artifacts to pick this card.
Not only that, like, you probably don't have enough proliferate to pick this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and... We have a lot of artifact answers going... Oh, boy.
Holy shit.
So this is the Tower of Absolute Destruction.
Yeah, there was an incomplete cycle of towers, and they're like, man, we should really make another one.
Well, they printed 4, was it, in the original runaround? In Darksteel? There's like... I can't remember their names, but this was like the 5th tower. Anyway, I'm thinking Sartark. Oh boy, Memnite.
Yeah, you honestly want Wall of Tanglecord before you want Memnite.
I know. I was looking at this pretty easily.
I forget what Stormcrow does.
Mills.
Oh, that's useless. So, like, even if you do turn Metalcraft on, which you won't, it's like, it doesn't even work.
Yep.
Oxted Daredevil would have been a better pick than that Stormcrow.
Ooh.
Soliton is promising.
willing...
Bullshock Replica is also fine.
Yeah, Replica would also be just fine here. I want to pick this up just in case of reasons.
Heavy Arbalest.
Yeah, we've got one card we're looking for, okay?
He's not bad.
Whatever, I'll just take that. This trick is okay. I'll take the Strider Hardness and... Nope, okay.
Plated Sea Strider is not a blank.
Yeah, nobody wanted that painful quandary.
Yep.
So, no, the liquid metal did not come back around.
No, that was the pack with the painful quandary in it.
Yep. Okay, so let's... CMC, and I actually think the Strider Harness is sticking around here at the moment. There's something starting. I'm not going to pull it out, but I'm setting it aside. Like, this is the start of something, but, wow.
Yeah, the Grasp of Darkness could have been a turn to slag.
Yeah. Like,
so that's not, like...
I feel okay
like
with the hedge.
A deck-defining card.
What are the actual draft archetypes in this format? You
have White X Metalcraft. You have Mono Red. You have any given deck with Darksteel Axe. You have Black-Green Infect, and then you have bad decks. Oh, I'm sorry. Grind Clock.
Grind Clock. So, I'm... Argentum frickin' Armor here.
Yeah, I know.
That's not the pick, but... We have Skin Render hanging out here, too, obviously. Galvantic Blast is... a powerful...
Lightning Bolt for 4.
Yeah. Bolt for 4. Darksteel Axe is also an incredible piece of equipment. We talked about Trusty Machete coming back. This is a pack I like a lot. Like Skin Render, Darksteel Axe, Blast. I'd probably be fine with like Perilous Mirror as well.
Yeah. Perilous Mirror, Painsmith, Armor.
Yeah.
Functional. Hell, even Blight Mamba works in the right deck.
I'm going to trust that I'm sticking with red and not picking with the black because and going with the Gal Blast. Oh, there's the Forge Master. There's that artifact you talked about.
Throne of Geth.
Mm-hmm.
The 6th Proliferate card.
Or Shatters.
Or Shatter's fine.
If I come up against a deck that decided to not actually play artifacts, I'm gonna be in a really bad way. But
That would be unusual in this format.
yeah,
Ha! Finish him off with my crafted
skeleton.
exoskeleton.
Yeah, graft that onto the Sphinx. It's a 2-hitter. Forge Master doesn't do jack for us. Like
Nope.
Forge.
That's some kind of like janky constructed card.
I didn't even look at it because it's not even worth picking because it says sack 3 artifacts, grab an artifact from your deck and put it into play. Like Forge Master not good, it's terrible and limited. Like it's just a 3/5 with no text. Like what is it tutoring? A creature with less toughness than it?
No, it finds our heavy arbalist, obviously.
Right. We sack literally every artifact we control to go
We
find.
sacrifice the tumble magnet that's out of charges, and the Trigon that we have that's out of charges.
God, that makes me really wish I had picked the Darksteel Axe.
I don't know if we could have picked that over
know.
Galvanic Blast, though.
Is this worth picking over like Scrap Dive or Stoic Rebuttal?
I don't think so. I really think that either of those two would be better than it.
Okay.
Especially since we don't have the way to pump it. The ways to pump it... the good one is Darksteel Axe, and the secret of that is that the axe is good.
Right.
Harness isn't enough.
That's why I was showing off.
Copper Carapace would be the other one.
I want big guy or just want like a back
Piece of
off
interaction.
piece of interaction. Let's take a literal cancel. I'll feel really good about literal cancel.
First is good. Panic Spellbomb's fine. Oh man, Panic Spellbomb in with the Coldo the Rebirth.
Oh man.
Hold on. Furnace Celebration. That's a deck too.
Yeah, it's whenever you sacrifice 2 to shock. It's basically the card that goes with the Coldo the Rebirth
Right.
stuff going on. We only
But
have
like Panic Spellbomb, like all the Spellbombs sacrifice themselves,
Yep.
and they cycle for the color, so you can play any Spellbomb.
Yep.
Throne of Geth also works with the Furnace Celebration. That's probably the best one. Yeah, I don't know.
looks like I'm taking Twisted Image here. It's fine by me.
You could have Piker.
I could have Picker. Also, like, look at the green in here.
Yeah. Carapace Forger is good too.
Yes.
Like, again, Metalcraft is kind of hard to do on non-metal things, but hey. Shape anew.
Oh man, Shape Anew, and also Double Planes. I want a couple of spell bombs. Those are nice, like floating artifacts to try to keep Metalcraft and also kind of do a good like deck thing sort of thing. These are both okay. I'm also looking for more like, man, we need more. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. Well, Trigonothought. That's expensive as hell, but it's basically the best card in the pack.
Viridian Revel. Oh,
Yep.
man.
Mm-hmm.
What a piece of junk.
Sometimes you play this and it's the Shape Anew actually has like some combo decks in Modern or something like that. It's sort of
I guess
silly.
Turn Aside would not be a blank either. Exactly. Yeah, Reaver. Get some goblins.
Gobbo time. So importantly, the Panic and Flight spell bombs are trigger when they are put into the grave. So I'll take this. I wanted one copy of this.
Okay.
Sure.
Melt terrain.
Melt terrain. Sure, more Soliton for our not heavy Arbalest deck. And Blunt Assault. Admit this is not happening. God, seriously, I feel like we're gonna do really good against like an artifact-based deck, and then we're gonna come up against somebody who decided they were playing a normal game of limited and just like curves on normal creatures, and we're just gonna be holding 2 shatters, going,
We'll put in the plated sea striders. It'll be fine.
Copperline Gorge versus
Arc
Arc Trail
Trail.
and
Oh my god,
Galbantic.
Galblast. What?
Wow.
No.
Frick. Okay, so
Oh,
let's...
I think we should pick Arc Trail.
I need to look. Okay, yeah. And Copperline is about 3 to 4. That was what I was looking up there. The only card that's like an auto pick as far as value goes is Wurmcoil and Mox Opal.
Mm.
God, like, which of these is better? Like,
I think the Arc Trail is better. It's a 2-for-1.
there's a lot of... We talked about 1 toughness things.
Yeah, there's a ton.
We talked about 1 toughness things. Copperline Gorge for the tank gold cord activation. Yeah. Yeah. Here's another poison card we didn't get to see in our...
Nope.
Alright, whatever. Let's pass up a duel. That's fine.
Whoa, Razor Hippogriff is pretty powerful too.
Yeah. So this card is... Okay, so we got 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer. That's base. That's fine. Then we have... Pick up an artifact. Okay. Then gain life equal to CMC. Okay. Like... I think here it's Trinket Mage versus like a Panic Spellbomb, and I feel like the Mage...
Trigon of Corruption would also be a consideration. All the Trigons are pretty good.
Yeah, this would be real too. It is removal. Honestly, I feel like I kind of want a few more bodies, is why I'm going for the Trinket Mage.
Yeah. Trinket Mage is fine. It draws us a spell bomb. You know, no big.
Your Galvanizer, Lunar Drake, another spell bomb.
Mirror Lord, eh?
Yeah, Mirror Lord. We're not the Mirror Lord person.
We had a bite at a Palladium Mirror earlier.
Yeah.
It's sad we haven't seen any Sky Eel schools. That's what really helps this deck come together.
That's the card I've been looking for, and it's just not here.
Yeah.
God, like, is Lumengrid Drake fine? Is Panic Spellbomb... Like, man, pick 3 Spellbomb feels like I'm really deep.
Ah, you can pick the Drake. That's A-okay. It flies.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Metalcraft for it.
I've been trying to convince you guys to pick like 4-mana 2/2 flyers for years.
Well, this is like almost a Mistraven, so that's a much different thing.
Well, speaking of, you get your choice of that or Disperse.
Yeah. I kind of do want to get a couple more artifacts going, and it also is a fixing in a manner. Fix onto our red. Not that Disperse is bad, like, we got blown out by it last time we did this.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't end up with Blade Tribe Berserkers. The card is not very good.
No, it's really not. Search Arc, Lumengrid Drake, another Nurok Replica. Not Skull Clamp. Yeah. Carapace Fortress still hanging out. Glithawk still hanging out.
Man, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sitting here thinking like, man, I should have like pushed into the white side of things. That might have been a different world. I think I want Surtark. Like, look at this.
Yeesh. Your Reservoir? I don't even remember that.
Mana only for mirrors, and then you're going to return target mirror from your grave to hand.
Someone is going to be the Mirror Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
But look at that white.
Bonds is removal.
Yeah, that's
It's
why.
kind of janky, but it works.
That's why I'm picking it. Ooh, select Life Staff versus Shatter. Number 3.
Shatter 3 or Stoic Rebuttal 2.
Yeah.
Or Nile Spellbomb 1.
Well, I'm actually thinking about the Sylvok Life Staff. Like it's a good, it's another
Like
thing.
Trinket Mage can get that too,
Yeah, it's another thing for Trinket Mage. It gives me a little more utility with these like really kind of like one power creatures that I have sitting around.
yeah. We have some flyers too, so
Yeah,
suit them up.
I'm fine passing Shatter 3 to get myself a. Ooh, hey there. That's an artifact I can get behind. This is actually a pretty dang good one to have. Anyway, the Solitons can, with this pick, get out. This is the final pack that has new cards for us. Our next pack is the table, and we're not seeing Heavy Arbalist. So, yeah. Chrome Steed. Look at the black hanging out in this pack. Wow.
That doesn't surprise me at all. All of those cards are bad.
Yeah. I just want this as like something large. I already have a scrap.
I would want the second one before I wanted Flameborn Hell.
It is unblockable. It's basically unblockable. I'll take another.
Hey, Panic Spellbomb.
Okay.
Well, here, there you go.
I'll go ahead and take my Flameborn Hellion here, and this doesn't have. I could equip a Sylvok Life Staff to it and go to town. I guess
Yeah, like we didn't pick Infiltration Lens, so I don't think. Like that.
Oh,
Faravor isn't bad.
Faravor's actually just
a
fine.
Ogre.
This is a Grey Ogre that, like, I can sack a Spellbomb and still draw the card off of it. This is... Wow, that card's bad. And Melterrain. Okay.
Melterrain number 2. If only I had had that. Wouldn't have to be afraid of Core Haven.
Yeah. We spent, like, 5 minutes looking through your board in that game as well, and it's just like, we didn't open any land destruction in our 12 packs. So artifacts, we basically don't care about it forever. Like, artifacts, we just crush. Like, we have Scrapper, Shatter, and Rust Tick. And so, like, artifacts are fake against us. I feel like we can metal craft reasonably. Like, kind of a little bit of that backed by Trinket Mage, but also the fact that we're playing, like, 11 artifacts.
Yeah, and
here.
I do not want to cut an artifact.
No.
I know some of them look kind of crappy, like Wall of Tanglecord, for instance, but
I think Twisted Image can get out of there. That's not really a card. Okay, either this can stick in. Argent Sphinx is an obvious in. I think one of the Serpents can probably go.
yeah, it's reasonable.
Kulditha Rebirth can probably go.
We didn't end up there.
No, like, we're not, like, in here it would literally just be, like, sack a spell. Like, that's not bad, per se. It's just not what our deck is doing.
That's a good question. Why is White Sun one word in White Sun's Passage? Whereas, like, all the Zenith cards are...
Ooh, that's weird.
I guess I
Flavor
never
text,
noticed.
please explain. Is White Sun a...
Is that like a day
Is that like
of the year? Like,
that sounds like a holiday. Yeah. Alright, we need 2 cuts. Well, the Green Sun was the one that, like, didn't exist. In the story of Mirrodin proper is really, really bad. Like, it was at the end of when they were basically farming out the novels to whoever they could pay $10 to.
God.
Like,
Here's $10 for the novel.
like,
Or when they would no they had like random people on the artist team write them.
Ah, there should
Yeah,
be this.
stoic
There
rebuttal.
should be the stoic buttle to go with the stoic rebuttal.
You should definitely print a stoic buttle.
Stoic buttle.
One of the Surtarks?
I kind of like them if we can actually keep up our metalcraft. They're really good. That's the end of Scars block and the end of Mirrodin block. It's both. Ferrovore?
Okay, if we suddenly need to become aggressive, we could put in Kuldotha Rebirth and Ferrovore and just become about, like, sacrificing our own things. Yeah, throw in Goblin Gavalineer with our one equipment. Oh, throw more equipment, yes!
Yeah,
okay, I'm down with this sideboard plan.
We have this sideboard plan. It's like this, like that.
Become a mono red deck. Perfect.
Don't screw
And
that.
Flameborn Hellion, yes!
You ain't gonna get me to cut Argent Sphinx. That ain't happen. All right. Anyway, this is all right. Mostly, the big thing I'm feeling here is I'm looking at my spells that I'm feeling like power. Like, we've got some powerful stuff, like individual cards with some heft, you know. So. Melt Rain as like the worst copy of Molten Rain possible. Anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say 10-7 blue. Red has fixing in the deck already. Could even go a little further than that if I wanted, because we only need single